All right, so let me tell you guys something. Five months I've kept my mouth shut, and it's time for me to really speak my piece. Um, I love my people. I love Iranians, and for 25 years, I've been doing whatever I could to bring Iranians together. A lot of it has been for selfish reasons. It's because I wanted to connect with Iranians myself, because I never had a true sense of community until I met Iranians. As somebody that was born and raised in Germany, um, I never lived in Iran. I never visited. Well, I'm sorry, I visited one time in Iran for 2 weeks, but I never stayed there for a long period of time. And so, at the age of 16 or so, I got introduced to Persian music. Literally, at 16, I realized that there was Persian pop music. I got to know Andy and Siavai Shams music, and I was like, holy crap! There's more than just this type of crap that's being played on Radio Sadaya Iran that my parents were playing, where it was just Nale and Haide and all this crap that I just did not resonate with all due respect to Haide. But I didn't know that there was pop music. Can you imagine that me, who's known as one of the most fobious American Iranians, that I didn't even know that Persian pop music existed until I was 16 years old? I immediately started following Iranian music, and I immediately was like, oh my God, I want to be a DJ, even though I did not even own a single CD. I swear to God, I decided to be a DJ before even having a single CD. It was through Iranian music that I was able to realize that there is this world of an Iranian community in the DC area. I didn't have a single Iranian friend, even though I lived in Washington, DC in 1996. I did not have a single Iranian friend. Sorry, there was Roxy in my high school. Iranian music and being a DJ and starting my entertainment stuff was a gateway for me to be able to be connected to a community that not only did I not have, I didn't know that I needed so badly. And fast forward 25 years, a revolution happened. And I had just created in 2019 Unite and Conquer as an LLC with a simple mission to unite Iranians via impactful conversations, in-person events, and digital content. I was like, I want to have an amazing YouTube channel where we can lift up Iranians who are doing incredible stuff. So I started my own podcast called the Awesome People Podcast. It was all about me interviewing the most awesome Iranians that I know, from singers to musicians to artists. I had people like Sami Begi, I had Tehran, I had Shali Zomorodi, I had Andy, I had Maz Jobrani. For Christ's sake, I had the Crown Prince and Princess Reza and Yasmin, which that could be all controversial in and by itself, but I don't give a fuck, because I was just interviewing them as human beings, and I don't envy their life at all. Like, I feel bad for Reza that he has to deal with so much crap right now because of whatever his father did. So for me, it was, as a curious Iranian, I had the opportunity to interview somebody and just to get to know them as a human being. And so I don't shy away from the fact that I interview. I don't shy away the fact that I know them. It doesn't mean that I'm a monarchist. It doesn't mean that I'm a Shahi. It doesn't mean anything. My mother was a secretary of the Shah of Iran, and I still don't say that there should be a monarchy. I wholeheartedly believe, personally, in a democracy, but more importantly, I believe in whatever the people of Iran want to have as their infrastructure, as their structure, as whatever the fuck they want to live under. My fight is a fight for a free Iran. My fight is for a free Iranian people, so that we don't have people like Kia Pirfalak dying. So we don't have people like Massa dying. We don't have people that are being killed and tortured and just living in the most outrageous, the most despicable ways, inhumane ways of being treated. So Unite and Conquer in 2022, when this revolution began, and I was in Miami, and I was like, oh my God, there's a revolution that started. Where the hell do I go? Where do I protest? That's how my mindset started when September 22 came around. It was like, as an Iranian in South Florida, Where is the protest? It was never, I need to go and be an organizer of a stupid protest. It was out of the fact that I realized that nobody is doing anything big and nobody has experience in doing events and production, that I decided to, not even me, it was actually bestowed upon me, because the first few people that started to do this protest in Miami, I realized they didn't know how to do an event. So they were actually looking to me to help and organize. And I was more than happy to, because why the hell not? I've done thousands of events. I've done hundreds of events and concerts. If there's any Iranian that knows how to bring people together via events, it would be me. That's not arrogance. That is 100% fact. So my intent of starting protests and doing whatever I can to bring Iranian South community and South Florida community together, it was solely because of the fact that it's the shit that I knew how to do best. And we did it best. And we were bringing 2,000 people in a South Florida area that only has about 10,000 people. So when you compare how many people came out, South Florida showed up because of not just my contribution, but the collective people that we got together to be able to do what we need to do to get people together. So why am I sharing this? Because a couple of weeks later, unfortunately, it led to the point where there was an individual in our Uniters group that was trying to basically utilize the group that we've created to represent one movement leader. There's no need for me to mention who that person is. There's not even a need to even mention who is the movement leader. That's not even the point, because from day one, I was like, I want to be the voice of the Iranian people. It was not meant to be the voice of any movement leader, whether it's Masih Alinejad, whether it's Hamida Ismaili, whether it's Ali Karimi, whether it's Reza Pahlavi. I don't care who it is. That's not my role. It never has been. It never will be. My role was to amplify the voice of the Iranian people, and all I could do was get people together in South Florida. All I could do is get a bunch of people that would want to volunteer to do the same thing that I'm trying to do. Unfortunately, this one individual was very offended when we did not want to have a personal statement by one of the movement leaders at one of our protests. That one person got offended as to why I was not willing to change any kind of chance to satisfy the request of this said movement leader. I stuck to my guns and I said that I will not deviate from the mission of Unite and Conquer, which is to unite Iranians that want to be the voice of the people of Iran. This caused a lot of drama. This is what led to people calling me a divider. This is what led people in South Florida complaining that why are you splitting the groups up? Because now all of a sudden that individual and a couple of their friends wanted to bifurcate and do something else and be the voice of that one movement leader. I stuck to my guns. There was a lot of huffing and puffing, and I was like, I don't care. There was one individual, his name is Arash. I don't have to give a last name, but you can be damn sure that there's legal ramifications coming for this one individual now. I've not said it for 5 months. I kept my mouth shut, but I'm going to tell you why I'm going to continue to now fight for my reputation, fight for my character, fight for my integrity, fight for my honesty. I will not allow any kind of slander. I will not allow for any defamation. I will not allow for any single human being that will try to bring me down, bring down the Uniters, bring down the mission of Unite and Conquer, try to split up the South Florida community, try to split up this entire community that we're trying to build together, that are trying to do one thing and one thing only, and that is to amplify the voice of the Iranian people. So as a result, that individual, Arash, decided to go on a Telegram channel of more than 800 people in South Florida, and I can screenshot it and send it to you guys, whoever wants to actually read it. But in short, it was all about calling me a liar, a thief, that I'm only interested in promoting my business, and a lot of other slanders, lies, and basically defamation of character to the T. I mean, you go ahead and show an example of defamation of character, and there it is. It's this Hajara that decided to put this on full blast. And I did not say anything for 5 months. That, unfortunately, that was the root of a lot of seeds of doubt that were planted in South Florida. At the time, I didn't say anything. At the time, I decided not to put my whole legal team behind it because I was like, you know what? Let this pass. I was like, I'm not going to spend time and money to try to bring this person down. And thankfully, there were some incredible uniters who had already witnessed what we were all about, and they did their part in fighting. But I didn't realize that behind the scenes in the last 5 months, individuals like him and people that believed his lies decided to continue to just trickle down these lies to people left and right, left and right, left and right. As a result, over the last 5 months, we had a drop in turnouts in the protests. We had a drop in turnouts as far as uniters being involved. We had 60 uniters that were fully dedicated to our mission. 60 went to 50, 50 went to like 53. And out of the 53 that are in our uniters group chat right now, there's probably 20 active. And unfortunately, there's a 20 group people that have been inactive that are just onlookers. And I want the onlookers of the uniters group chat to know that you will not be able to continue to sit and watch and look into our home, look into our uniters home with individuals that are truly dedicated to our real mission and think that you can go ahead and continue to just gather information and continue to spread lies. I will get to the bottom of who it is in our uniters group chat one by one that have been doing any kind of slanderous activity. And I will put every single financial resource capable to me to be able to sue and to be able to protect my name and the name of United Conquerors Uniters. I have to do it. I have to do it because what they're doing is truly what the Islamic Republic wants to happen, is they want the protests to die. They want people to shut the hell up. They want people to start fighting and bickering and arguing. All that. They're loving it. And the people who are the reason for this type of division, the people that are the reason for this type of drop-off, they are nothing but extensions of the Islamic Republic of Iran. They might not consider themselves as member of the regime, but they're behaving like it. They would rather assume, they would rather lie, they would rather exaggerate, they would rather go and cause questions and doubts and plant other things that are not helping the movement whatsoever, rather than coming straight to me and have a man-to-man conversation or a woman-to-man conversation or a they-to-man conversation. I'm looking straight into the eyes of every single person that knows exactly who they are. I'm going to find you. You're going to be addressed, and you're going to be eliminated from this group, and you're going to be eliminated from our community. I will make sure that you're called out. I will make sure that you will not be the reason why we stop our fight. Unite and Conquer will continue to do events in South Florida. You can mark my words, and God rest his soul, my father is right here witness. Unite and Conquer will continue to do whatever I want to do, only because I know where my heart is. I know where my soul is. I know where my intent is. I will not be intimidated. I will not be afraid. I will not be pushed. I will not be slandered. I will not be criticized publicly, and I will not have any single human being do anything to break up my Uniters family. You're not going to come between me and my United sisters. You're not going to come between me and my Uniters brothers. And I want you to know that your attempt will be futile. And it's going to be expensive, because when I come suing, I'm coming in with 100% backing. And if anybody here agrees with me, if anybody here supports me, it's time for you to come truly help me protect the Unite and Conquer brand, protect the Unite and Conquer mission, protect the Unite and Conquer vision, protect me, so that we can all continue fighting the fight that we all need to be doing. I could single-handedly fight this fight, but the time, the effort, the money, the resources that it will take for me to do it single-handedly is just going to take me away from the real mission of bringing down the regime. So although I appreciate applauses, although I appreciate the love, what I really would appreciate is helping me figure out who these traitors are, calling them out, bringing them to my attention, allowing them to at least bring whatever concerns they have to my attention, and then see how all the chips fall. This is one thing that is truly a poison to our community, ladies and gentlemen. It's the inability to communicate. It's the inability to be sincere, to be honest, to be able to confront somebody that you have an issue with face to face with facts. What facts do you have that I'm a NIAC member, Mr. Reza? What facts do you have that I have stolen money, Mr. Arash? What facts does anybody have that I have done anything other than trying to be the voice of the Iranian people? If you have it, for the love of God, share it. If you don't have it, for the love of God, shut the fuck up and get the fuck out of my way. You're not going to stop me. You're not going to stop the diehard uniters. And we're going to continue to fight. Why? Because I fight for these people. I fight for the 80 million people that have been oppressed for God knows how many years. I fight for the fact that my mother and my father had to live an incredibly difficult immigrant life, just like millions of other Iranians that have been victims of this regime since 1979. So many of our parents were living during the golden years of Iran in the 1970s, and it was stolen from them. So if you have a family member that something was stolen from them, what do? You fight back. What do you do when an entire life was stolen from them because they were murdered? What do you do when their entire life was stolen from them because they were tortured to the point where they never ever really lived a normal life? So their life was taken away. What do you do to somebody who's taken the life of a loved one's loved one because they lost their brother or sister or a cousin or aunt or uncle or grandfather or son or daughter because they were executed, because they were tortured? You fight back. I'm not stopping fighting. I'm not hiding. And so if you're an MEK supporter, you cannot stop me. If you're a NIAC supporter, you cannot stop me. You have shown yourself. You've shown your colors. History has shown it. You cannot erase history. You cannot alter history. There's a reason why 98% of Iranians don't trust NIAC, don't trust MEK. You don't speak for the people of Iran, neither inside or outside. So all I have to say to you all, ladies and gentlemen, is that there comes a point in time where you really have to just decide how you want to live your life. Do you want to live your life scared? Do you want to live your life feeling like anybody can just intimidate you? Do you want to feel like you can just have anybody say whatever you want and just say, oh, it's okay, it's just somebody that's talking shit? No. There comes a line that when you pass it, when you cross it, you have to fight for it. And there are millions of Iranians right now inside of Iran that they cannot fight the same way that we can fight outside of it. So I'm just using the liberties that have been bestowed upon me for living in a free and democratic country like the United States of America. It is truly a blessing. And if we do not take advantage of these freedoms and we continue to stay silent and we continue to just let the regime do exactly what it is that it's been doing for 44 years, then guess what? The next 44 years will be the same shit. Hamun kase, hamun ash. Your children, your grandchildren, same transgenerational trauma, same type of bullshit, over and over. At some point, somebody has to get up and say, no more. And I'm telling the South Florida community that's been lying, that's been hating, that's been disrespecting, that's been doing whatever they can to not be involved, not be at the protests, not willing to help, not willing to cover the costs of me and our team, putting so much of our time and work and life into this movement. It's time for you to either join us or respectfully get the fuck out of our way. Because at this point, you're either with us or you're against us. And if you're against us, you are nothing different than the Islamic Republic of Iran, the Islamic regime. So, I haven't had a chance to read all the chats, but I will tell you a couple things. We're putting together a brand new HR software. Thank you, Monojun. Thank you to the HR admin team. We're updating our website with a clear mission statement, vision statement. It's actually pretty much updated, but it's still not complete. We're going to create an FAQ. The FAQ is going to address every single question, every single concern that you have. You can have full access to the tax returns next year. You can see exactly where the money went. If you think that I'm about money, trust me, this is not where the money's at, okay? Not to mention how much my exclusive entertainment company has been impacted by this. Not to mention how much my Night Owls company has been impacted by this. If you really want to support me, please hire Exclusive Entertainment for your entertainment services. Please hire Night Owls for your photography, videography, helping your business create content. That's how you can help me right now, because I've been financially crippled for the last 5 months because of revolution, why people are trying to lie and act like I've been profiting from it. I have nothing to hide. Money doesn't mean anything to me in a sense that I feel like I have to show that I have money or not money. I don't give a shit to say that it's been financially crippling doing what we've been doing for Iran, but I would do it 10 times over again. But if you want to support, spread the word about Exclusive Entertainment. Spread the word about Night Owls. If you really want to help, join the Uniters. We have a new HR software that we're launching soon. It's going to clearly talk about the mission, the vision, anything else. It's going to have like a bunch of questions that you're going to have to answer. And then please come through the system, join us, figure out how you can be a part of this movement. Do you know how to create content? Are you an editor? Are you a producer? Are you a director? Are you somebody that loves social media? Are you somebody that wants to come up and put up posts? Are you somebody that wants to come help create content like captions? Do you want to? There's so much shit that we can do. Do you want to help make more countdown episodes? Do you want more countdown episodes? Well, guess what? It takes more manpower, it takes more time, it takes more money, but it's doable. There's nothing stopping us from doing daily countdowns, except for time, people, and money. Can you solve any of these 3 problems? Let's do this. I'm a huge believer that communication and conversations can lead to massive change, massive opening of hearts and minds. That's why I do these things, because I know that conversations are impactful. So without any further ado, ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate you guys hearing me out. I really hope that I can save this video. Thank you so much for the ones that have been true believers from day one. Thank you so much for those of you that are willing to look into what we're doing, to see if it's something that they want to allocate their time to, because I know it takes up a lot of time and energy to be doing what we're doing. But isn't it worth it for a free Iran? If we can look back in a year or two, or however long it takes to bring freedom to Iran, wouldn't you want to have a part of that? Wouldn't you want to fly into Tehran and be able to say that I had a part in this? Wouldn't you love to be able to be responsible for the freedom of tens of millions of your compatriots? Wouldn't it be amazing for your parents to see a free Iran that many of them perhaps even lost their hope for? So we literally gave them something that they've lost hope for. You can't tell me that there aren't many Iranians that have lost their hope for a free Iran. Wouldn't you want to be responsible for doing what nobody thought was imaginable at this point? Well, let me tell you, a free Iran is not only within sight, we will make it happen. But the question is, are you going to be a part of it or not? Don't doubt yourself. A free Iran is here. There's no way that there is no Iran, no free Iran in the future. No way. There's not a single dictatorship that has lasted in the history of the world. This regime is no different. It's been a brutal regime, but freedom in Iran is within sight. And right now, it is the closest that we have been to a free Iran. But we got to put our brains together. We got to stand up for what's right. We got to shut down people that are trying to crush people like me. I'm a nobody in the grand scheme of things, but right now, they're trying to crush me. They're trying to degrade me. They're trying to crush my character, my integrity, everything. They're trying to really shut us down. So if you don't want us to be shut down, then just know that you have to get up. You have to get up. And for all the traders out there, please know that you're going to have to face some kind of judgment day. There is going to be a judgment day for you. I mark my words that there is going to be a judgment day for you. And it's not in my hands. But there's a God above that is going to take care of you. And you're not going to like it. Hell is a horrible place to be, but it's waiting for you. Unless you wake up and you realize that what you've done is fucked up. And you man up and you come and apologize. Arash. Apologize. Retract. Reza. Apologize. Retract. A couple of uniters. I'm not going to say your names right now, but I will say the name when the time is right. I hate to even call you a uniter. You've been a traitor. You've been a traitor. I hope you're watching, and I hope you realize it. I will confront you when the day is right. I will 100%, but I have to keep it classy for a little bit at least. But there are traitors around us, and you have to understand that there are truly wolves in sheep's clothing. They're there, but I need you all to protect me. I need you all to protect what we're doing. We've worked way too hard for right now to have to get to the point where we say, oh, you know what? I'm fed up with doing protests. Well, no, we should not be fed up with doing protests. This is a time where we need to have thousands of people in the streets of South Florida instead of saying that I don't want to do it. So I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. Whatever it takes. If there's 10 people coming to South Florida protest, I'm going to do it. And I'm going to shake every single person's hand. Moving forward, mark my words. If we do a protest, which we will, the next global call for action, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. If I have to set up speakers on my own, I will do it. If there's 10 people in South Florida coming to the protest, I will shake their hands. If there's 100 people, I'm going to come shake your hands one by one, because I need to connect with every single person that gives a damn. And then that way we turn 100 into 500, the 500 into 1,000. There's 10,000 Iranians here, and you cannot tell me that at least 1,000 people give a damn about freedom in Iran. So I'm not stopping. I don't care that our protest went to 2,000 people down to like 200 people. I cannot, in good conscience, on a global day for protests, sit at home, twiddle my thumb, and have to think to myself that the Arashes of the world, the couple of uniters that decide to deflect of the world, have been the reason why I'm sitting here and not doing my service and my duty for my people. And I hope that if you're watching this, that you are truly like realizing that we cannot let these people win. And by not doing protests, we are letting them win. So please, uniters, you need to come to Zoom meetings. You need to continue to tell me what I need to do better. You need to tell our leadership team whatever we can do to do better. We will listen to you. We will respect you. We will welcome you. And we got to figure out how to make this shit happen. I'm not going to let South Florida break up. I'm sorry. No way, Jose. No way, Jose. On that note, I love you all, even the haters. I love you for showing me that there are haters and that we have to be vigilant and that we need to work harder to unite. Freedom is a very hard thing to fight for. You have to always fight for freedom. Freedom is only, I think Ronald Reagan said it, that freedom is like 2 generations away from being stripped away. We saw how easily freedom was stripped away from Iran, and we can't let it happen to unite and conquer. So appreciate you all listening. It's been a long-ass diatribe, but I had to get this off my chest, and I'm glad I did. And I hope to see you all part of the action. If you're in South Florida, please be a part of what we're doing in some shape or form. Connect with people that want to support financially, that they want to support by providing certain services, whatever it is. Every single person can contribute to whatever capacity that they can. Do it. Do it. Time is right now. We cannot let this opportunity pass us by. We will regret it for the rest of our life. If Iran does not become free during this latest wave and the truest revolution that we've had in 44 years, we will all regret it. Let's not be 95 years old and saying, oh, kashki. That's all I got to say. Love you guys. Shab khair. Bo umid